The first thing we notice about this commercial by Audi is the narration. The viewer can assume that the narrator is the father of the girl who is racing, this man. In the text, Narrative and Media by Helen Fulton and Julian Murfett, the author describes different styles of narration in Chapter 6. As we see from the commercial, the narrator is a part of the story as it unfolds. Murfett describes this narrating style as homodiegetic. Another aspect of the text that can be examined through the eyes of narrative media is the idea of voice. Murfett describes voice as the narrator applying his or her own personality to the narration. In this commercial, we hear the voice of a proud and loving father who wants the best life for his daughter, without bias or gender discrimination. While watching the Audi commercial, the viewer feels a sense of identification, as described by Murfett in Chapter 7 of Narrative and Media. The text tells us that there seems to be a very basic psychological urge to project one's own desires into the visually compelling spectacles of narrative. Almost despite one's higher intellectual functions, one is predisposed to mistake film images for one's own mental images. It has been universally observed that once the basic conventions have been mastered, virtually everyone automatically identifies with the actions of a film's central characters and assumes their motivations are one's own. In this particular case, we are hoping that the little girl will win, thus identifying with the narrator.